All right, welcome back to another random review and how-to. Today we're talking about another GE appliance. This is a model number GTD42 Gas J2WW. And what I got going on is my door is really loose down here. As you can see, there seems to be something that's not connected in there. And so what's happening is when the dryer is working or running, it's loosening because there's really nothing holding it. So it pops open and it stops working. So what we're going to do is take this door off. There's 4 screws here. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 off. And then we're going to open up this door. There's other screws here that we could take apart. We're going to take the door apart and see what's going on. All right, so I loosened all my screws. What I like to do is keep all my screws around everything so I can see what's going on. You can see I got my 2 groupings here. These go right around this handle. And because I'm taking this apart, I know that this part here isn't clamping. So on my dryer, I don't have a spot for this other one. So I'm just gonna hopefully switch these 2 out. What we really wanna do is focus here on these hinges. So these hinges are gonna pop out when I pick this up. And what I can see right away is that this one is laying in something and this one's missing it. But if I look, there's a pin sticking out. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this whole thing over and show you my pin came loose for my hinge. So that's the only problem we're dealing with. There's this pin. Now, if I put this back together and put it back in, I'm assuming this is just gonna slide down again from the vibration. So I'm actually gonna put a piece of tape over this as well on both ends, just to keep that pin in there. So that's our fix there. And then if we look at the back side here, we can see with these 2 little clamps that work, all I got to do is pinch these to push it through, and I'm going to switch those 2 so that this one, the broken one, isn't there. So I'm assuming when my hinge broke out, the door also broke, and the hinge kind of just kept slamming into it, and that's what busted that. So we're going to fix both of these, and we're going to have a nice and sturdy door. I put my other hinge back on, and I just threw some tape around it, just used painter's tape there. I wrapped it, I made sure I had the pins at the end secured on, and then I put an extra piece of tape on the back. I didn't use a lot, and it fits a little bit more snug in there. My pin's through. What you want to make sure is when you're putting this on that you're keeping the orientation of the way that this other little hinge here falls down. So make sure you don't put that on backwards. So I'm going to go ahead, put the door back together, and then go ahead and mount it back on and make sure everything closes. Having a little issue getting these off, but I'm gonna just have to squeeze these through and then swap those back and forth. So I was able to get these. So these pieces actually squeeze together this way and then together this way. So if you have needle nose pliers, you're just gonna want to clamp, and then you're good to go. One other quick tip, you do not have to take these 2 screws off. This is just for the handle. It doesn't actually hold anything together. So you do not have to remove these 2, nor these 2 on this GE dryer door. All right, so we put everything back together. All of our screws are in, the door's nice and tight, and then I went ahead and put all of my hinges back on. And now, you can see, it closes right up. Because I changed this little lock right here. This one now shuts, so we're all good. So if you have a GE dryer and you have a loose door on your GE dryer, then this is how you fix that loose door. It's usually a hinge issue, and you're probably gonna have to deal with your little pins for the hinges. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you got any questions about what I did here, make sure you go ahead and leave them below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.